Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be looking at first angle projection. Now, in the previous video, we looked at isometric projection. So in today's video, we'll be moving from a 3D object to get 2D views, okay? So stay tuned. We'll be starting the lecture shortly. At the end of this video, I'll be telling you how this topic, the first angle projection, can be applied to the picture images that are shown in this slide or this photograph. So here we have our 3D view and we are using isometric projection to represent the 3D view of an block, right? A block that has a shape of a L, if you want to consider it like that, right? So the isometric projection is representing the block that is shown below the words isometric projection. In the introduction for this video, we mentioned that in a previous video, we looked at the isometric drawing, which is a three-dimensional drawing. Okay, one method to represent a three-dimensional object on a drawing. Okay, now on the screen is a object, yes, and we're gonna draw this. We're gonna move from a three-dimensional drawing, a 3D drawing, to a 2D drawing. Okay, and the 2D drawing that we will be using today to represent this three-dimensional object is called first angle projection. All right. So here we have the object, right? And in the first instance, we'll be looking at in the direction of A, then B, then C, then D. Okay? So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna draw the view that will be seen from the arrow A, then the view from the arrow looking from the in the direction of arrow B, then the view seen in the direction of C, and finally the view seen in the direction of D. Okay? Now, if you want, you could pause the video, get a pen, pencil, or a sheet of paper, and sketch the two-dimensional view, the 2D view that you would see looking in A, then B, then C, and then D, and then you can resume the video. For those who don't want to do it like that, you can continue with the video. Okay, so it's optional for you at this point. All right. So looking in the direction of A, as shown in the previous slide or the previous picture of the three-dimensional view drawn in isometric projection, when we look in the direction of the arrow A, this is the view that we would see of the object, okay? If you got it right, good job. Now the next thing we will move into is a view that we see looking from the direction B as indicated by the arrow, okay? Okay. The next step is to draw the view that we would see looking above in the direction of the arrow labeled B. And this is the view or the drawing that we would see, the two-dimensional drawing that we would see looking from the direction of the arrow labeled B in the previous, in the video that showed the three-dimensional object drawn in isometric projection. All right, the third view that we'll be looking, that we'll be getting from the three-dimensional object is looking in the direction of the arrow labeled C in the isometric drawing, which is the three-dimensional drawing, right? This is what the view would be when you look in the direction of the arrow labeled C. Okay? Good job if you got it correctly, if you chose to sketch the thing before we presented the answer. Okay? The fourth view that we would see looking at the three-dimensional object that is drawn in isometric projection is a view looking in the direction of the arrow labeled D. So on the screen is a view that we would see looking in the direction of the arrow D. So here we have the outline. It will be a square for today's class. This line is a hidden detail line because a hidden detail line represents a hidden edge. In a previous video, we looked at how to draw a hidden detail line in AutoCAD. So perhaps you could visit that line if you are not sure how to draw the line in hidden detail lines, right? So this line that appears to be broken is called a hidden detail line. So perhaps you could visit the video if you want to learn how to draw the line, a hidden detail line in AutoCAD, all right? So a hidden detail line represents a hidden edge. So behind this face, if you want to call it a face, behind it, there's a line that is hidden behind this face. Okay? If you want to call this surface, if you want to call this a face. So behind this box, which represents the end view, yes, there's a hidden line behind it, right? On the other side, all right? So this is the view that you would see looking in the direction of D, the arrowed label D, all right? So here we have the different views that you would see. So looking in the direction of the arrow labeled A, we would see the front view. Looking from the direction of the arrow that is labeled B, we would see the top view. Looking in the direction of the arrow labeled C, we would see the side view, right? And looking in the direction of D, we will also see another side view, right, of the object. So you're going to see two side views, one front view and one top view, okay? Now, in the previous slide or screen, we looked at the labels that would be associated with the different views that you would see from arrows A, B, C, and D. All right. In first angle projection, yes, the front elevation, which would be the front view, is called the front elevation. Good. The plan view would be the name of the top view seen in the direction of B. Looking in the direction of C, which would be the side view, the terminology or the name for this view in first angle projection is called the end elevation. The view that is seen from looking in the direction of the arrow D is called the end elevation. All right, good. Okay, so we have our first angle projection, and this is our front elevation. Okay, and it is looking in the direction of the arrow labeled A. Now, when you're doing first angle projection, you don't necessarily have to write the letter A. It's just for our explanation in today's video so that you could follow through a little bit better. I labeled it A, but the correct name that would be labeled in the first angle projection drawing is just the front elevation. So you wouldn't have to write the letter A, okay? All right, the next view that we would see in our first angle projection drawing, right? The 2D drawing of the three-dimensional object that was drawn in isometric projection is a plan view. So the top view is called the plan view, okay? All right, the next view that we would have drawn is looking in the direction of the arrow labeled C. And in the previous slide or the previous picture, right, of this video, right, this this was labeled as the side view, just for an explanation. We're moving from a 3D object to a 2D drawing represented by the first angle projection, right? And the side view, the first angle projection, name for it is the end elevation, all right? Okay, so the other side view, which was seen looking in the direction of D, the correct name for it in the first angle projection drawing is called the end elevation. And again, we don't need to write these labels labeled A, B, C, and D. When we say end elevation, it is understood the direction that we are looking from. Okay, just for explanation for today's video to help you to understand what the two-dimensional drawing would look like from a 3D drawing drawn in isometric projection. I label the different views for your A, B, C, D. Okay? All right, so recap. We're representing a 3D object in a 2D drawing. And 2D drawing for today is first angle projection. Okay? So these are the four views that we would be looking at the three-dimensional object to represent it, the object in 2D, in a 2D drawing. So we'll be looking from A, B, C, and D. What I'm going to do now is show you how the four drawings set out in the first angle projection drawing, okay? We're looking at first angle projection. So on the left of the screen, here we have a three-dimensional object, right? And we're looking in the direction of A. And the first thing we're going to draw what we see right here. Okay? We're going to draw this. This is what we would see when we look at in the direction of A. Okay? So I'm going to draw a two-dimensional drawing to represent the three-dimensional object that is highlighted on the left of the screen. All right? So the first thing we're going to draw is a baseline. All right? So we're going to draw a baseline, a construction baseline. Good. Then the next thing we're gonna do now, we're gonna insert the measurements on the drawing. Okay. Okay. Here we have the dimensions on the drawing, the three-dimensional drawing. What we'll be doing now, we'll be drawing the 2D drawing for the 3D drawing shown here. And we'll be looking at in the direction of A, and we'll see a view called the front elevation. All right, so looking in A, we see the front elevation. So we're going to draw the front elevation now. So the base should be 60 millimeters because 30 and 30 is 60. Then we're going to go up 30. Then we're going to go across 30 again. And we're going to go down 15, right? Then we're going to go across 30. And we're going to go down 15, right? So this is our front elevation that we would see in the direction of A. So what we're going to do now, we're going to label, no, we're going to, all right, so I've labeled my front elevation. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to draw the top view looking from above, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to project construction lines coming down. Enter. Okay, construction lines coming down. All right. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna measure 25 millimeters going down, okay? So on the line going down 25 millimeters. So the space, the plan view, okay? All right, then now we're gonna go across, which would be what, 60? Then we're gonna go down 30. Then we're gonna go across 60. And then we're gonna go 30. All right, enter. So this would have been the plan view, okay? So let us label the plan view. All right, so I've labeled the plan and I've labeled the front elevation and I've moved the plan 5 millimeters more from the plan to give it some more space. So the distance between the front elevation and plan on my drawing is 30 millimeters because I had measured 25 before and then I moved it 5 millimeters more. So the total distance between the two drawings are is 30 millimeters. All right, so having drawn the front elevation, which is here, and the plan, which the plan will be showing this, 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 and this, right? That is what the plan will be showing, right? Or the next thing we're gonna do now, we're gonna draw the end elevation looking from this way. Okay? So to transfer to the next step is to draw a construction line from here, right? And the angle, this line must be long enough to so that when you draw the horizontal lines from the plan, it would be able to intersect the 45-degree line that I'm drawing here. All right, so I'm gonna make the length 100, which is taller than what we need. Angle. All right, so we need a 45-degree line right here. 315. All right, enter. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw lines from the plan from here to intersect the line. And we're gonna draw a line again from here to there, enter. All right, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna project the lines going up, okay? All right, so we're gonna project lines going up now from where these lines intersect the 45-degree line going up. From here going up. All right. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna draw the top line. Right? So we're gonna carry this line across. This line going across to there. Right? We're also gonna carry this line going across to there. So we're gonna go, it's a construction line. So we're gonna go from there to there, enter. All right? Good. All right, we're gonna label the end elevation. All right, so I've labeled the end elevation. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side to get the other end elevation looking from behind here, okay? All right, so we're gonna draw a line here. Yes, we're gonna make the length of the line 100 millimeters. And the angle that we're gonna use is 225. All right. Okay, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna draw lines from the plan to intersect to intersect this 45-degree construction line. We're gonna do the same thing again from here, going across, enter. Okay. All right. So where the lines intersect the 45-degree lines, we're gonna project them up. Enter. We're gonna repeat there, going up, enter. Okay. Then we're gonna draw a line from the top going across. All right. We're gonna draw another line from here. This corner going across. All right. All right. So looking at the object, the three-dimensional object, you see that I put some labels on there. So the front elevation will be looking in the direction of A. The plan will be looking above from the direction B. C would be over here, right? And D would be over this side, all right? All right, so I've labeled the views for you. So A is looking in the direction of A. B is looking from above in the direction of B. C, the view C is looking in the direction of C, and D is looking in the direction of D, and this is where D will be located relative to the front elevation. Okay? All right. So we're finished now. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna darken the drawing. All right. Okay. So here is our completed drawing of the two-dimensional drawing of the three-dimensional drawing on the left. Okay. So thanks for watching. And in today's video, we looked at first angle projection. We use a first angle projection to represent a 2D drawing of the 3D drawing that was given in today's video, right? So on the screen is an example of a photograph of some 3D buildings, right? So we could use the same first angle projection to represent the buildings in a two-dimensional drawing, okay? All right, so this brings us to the end of today's video. In today's video, we looked at first angle projection. We looked at the different views that you would have seen looking from the front view, the top view, and the two side views. And we also learned the correct names for these four views in the first angle projection drawing, okay? So thanks for watching. We're looking forward to seeing you in the next video. And in the next video, we'll be looking at third angle projection. All right, so take care until we meet again. Bye. Thanks for watching the video. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.